Hey everyone, welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play episode. Yeah, I took a little bit of a break from my YouTube channel, but I'm back here now, which is what matters. I did some off-camera work in this world that you guys have never seen in my little 8-year absence. But yeah, I guess I don't remember what I was doing last in this world. Everything's kind of a wreck, and I don't have any items because I think I died the last time I was here and then got tired of the game. This looks like something that would contain a villager. So I guess we can start by exploring what I have left behind. Because I don't even have any items on me. Are there anything in these? I don't remember how most of this works. Shoot, and then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do in this episode. I was looking back at some of my old videos and I was like, dude, I just went all in. It was like I would just start recording and see where we ended up by the end. I didn't really care, and that's definitely the move to life in general. You know, just go in. Dude, look how many diamonds I have. It's really good to start Minecraft at this level.
Yeah, I mean, like, in life, you can plan whatever you want to plan, but things are going to happen anyway, so you might as well just take it as it comes.
I guess I could do a little bit of a tour of this world, both for myself and... I think this Minecraft music's a little bit too loud. I'm playing it on Spotify because I really like Minecraft music, and it doesn't play often enough in the game. So I'm going to turn it down a bit. And also, I don't think it'll copyright, will it? But
that would be so stupid.
Yeah, I don't think it does because it plays naturally in the game. That makes sense. Anyway, so I built my base here. There's not much to see up here. There's a bunch of incomplete things going on. Like, for example, this... there's a number of big...
Why is that gold?
Big caverns, where I blew them up because... We'll find the source of the TNT later on. And... Oh, shoot. It's time to go. And then got too lazy to actually do the building part. I think one thing you're going to realize about my habit in Minecraft is I don't really like the building half of it, which is, like, I think most of the game. And I usually slack off in that part. I just like I think I like the resource gathering. The resource gathering and, like... the redstone stuff.
Honestly, dude, the more I hear you talk about Minecraft, the more I feel like it's an analogy for your life.
My life or life?
Well, your life in the case of you, but I suppose it could be for anybody's life.
In that you work to get money and don't know what to do with it?
No. Just like, okay, so you mentioned how when you were a kid and you made videos.
Don't get too personal here.
Okay, but you mentioned when you were a kid and you made videos, you were like, oh, dude, I just went into it without thinking about it. It's like, oh, yeah, that's how we should do life. But then you also have a shit ton of projects. Oh, fuck. You also have a ton of projects, and it's like, you don't finish any of them. Also,
they're all just constant work in progress. Is such a bad habit. What'd you say?
So that's it. Like it's also like life. You shouldn't be doing that. Although I guess to a certain extent, it's also inevitable. You can put diamonds on...
If you give the horse this name, it goes upside down. So let's see. I don't know. Alright, so yeah. This is like another example. I was going to make something like tremendous up here, and I cleared all the trees. I have no idea what that was. This was supposed to be like a train station, I think. Obviously never went anywhere.
Oh, dude.
Like... Dude, there's so many things that are like, yeah, it's kind of a really bad habit.
The problem I have with Minecraft is it's like I would want to make a train station, but I would have nowhere to go. So I was making a train station. I was making places to go in order to make a train station, which is not how. Like, it's hard to stay motivated when you're doing that.
Wait, what'd you just say? You have nowhere to... You make a train station, but you have nowhere to go.
Yeah, so I have to make some place to go in order to make the train station, as opposed to the other way around.
Well, I have... You saw the giant rail? That goes back to spawn. But It's
Who
actually
cares though?
a super ineffective way of
Yeah.
transportation because I have the nether. I built my base here at the end portal because basically I'm a genius and I wanted everything super centralized here. Like I just focused the entire beginning of the game on like resource collection, not like building any bases and stuff because I knew that I would want to build the base here at the end port at the end portal and then centralize everything there. Are we gonna die like right? This is the wrong portal. Oh, I remember. That's how I died. I went through the portal and then a creeper blew up immediately. That goes to a blaze spawner, not that interesting. This actually goes to somewhere interesting. This, because we came to the wrong portal, this is going to take us to a different place now, I think. This is the mob grinder, which I think still works pretty well, but I constantly clear it out for stuff like gunpowder, so there's nothing here. Dude, this was the place to be. This is like one of my favorite things in the game.
What the?
Oh yeah.
What made you want to do all this stuff?
I literally have no idea. Wait, what do you mean what stuff? Like,
Because I stopped playing Minecraft pretty early on just because I was like, well, I got the diamonds now. I don't know what else to do.
I have no idea. Minecraft's like one of the only video games I've ever enjoyed. I haven't been into very many video games in my life, but somehow Minecraft really stuck around. What do you think separates Minecraft from other video games?
It doesn't really feel like a game. I think it's a big thing is that it's sort of like it's one part social, like it's almost like analogous to VR chat or like Second Life in the sense that I feel like a lot of people use it as just a way to not live in the real world and to meet illegal. And then there's also the creative aspect of it, where like a lot of Minecraft is legitimately just 3D art.
Oh yeah, this is art right here.
And then
This is art.
when it comes to these like crazy redstone things, I don't know, people just like to build stuff.
Yeah, this is the original base for the world, and this is the rail that goes back to the other place, probably about 1,000 blocks that way.
Actually,
I think there's some villager slaves over here.
I tend to categorize games in two different categories, which are like games that I like because of the experience, and games that I like because they're fun to play. If that makes any sense. So like I lean between games that are almost like movies in the sense that I enjoyed playing the game the first time through because it was like a great story or an experience. And there are other games that I see more like games in the traditional sense, like dominoes or basketball, where it's like this is a thing that I play with my boys, that I can play like basically an infinite amount of times. And I feel like Minecraft is in a whole different category because it's not.
It's like, I was thinking about it when you said that. I was like, this is kind of both. You know?
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, the way I think about it is more like neither. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It's not. It has that really playability of like a competitive game or a multiplayer game, but it also has this quality to it that's not very. Just different. I don't know. It's kind of.
It's got a weird magic to it that I'm surprised hasn't. Jeez, can this? This is not cool. This is an iron farm. I think designed by Tango Tech or one of the other really technical Minecraft people on YouTube. And I remember my friend and I were both playing single player Minecraft at the same time, and we spent like an entire weekend together in like, you know, basically just like a 48-hour Skype call, both building this thing. And it's not just a matter of placing these blocks. Like there's a lot of different technical things that you have to prepare, like in terms of where villagers are placed at a particular moment in time and the sequence that you do things in. Building this thing to basically get like a tremendous amount of iron per hour. And at the end of the weekend, I finally went to try it, like the moment of truth, and it didn't work. And I was like, bruh, and just clicked off the game. And I didn't tune into I didn't open up Minecraft or this world for months or something like that. Like that was like one of the Minecraft was something that I had a pretty bad love-hate relationship with, in that I didn't like the fact that I was playing it so much, but I was just like kind of severely addicted to it in a way, and that was like a really great thing to completely push me away from the game. Was Tango Tech's Iron Farm straight up not working how it was supposed to, and I wasn't like even that mad. I was just like, bruh, and then click off, and then kind of went on with my life. But yeah, obviously it's not working as well. Like
that's a great example of what I mean, though. Like, think about what you just described. You didn't describe playing a game, and you didn't describe watching a movie or playing through a story. You literally described a project that's no different, or not different in any meaningful sense, from an art project or from a coding project. It's literally a project, and you got pissed off when your project didn't work. That's something that I feel like Minecraft has almost exclusively compared to most other games.
I wonder what could be done. I'm not very familiar with most games, you know, like what's out there. But trying to think about what makes Minecraft special, I'm like, why? I think of things that are similar, like Terraria, but that's, first of all, that's a 2D game, so it's like already gets difficult to compare. But you can't just it's a perfect sandbox game, honestly, because based on, by its simple design and stuff, it's very easy to. It feels natural to interact with by the parameters that it's set up by it on its own. Did I say natural to interact with? I think that was the word I wanted. There's something around here I want to find.
You ever heard of StarMade?
No.
That was a game that was really big in our middle school. That's basically Minecraft in space. That was pretty good. And people made some crazy starships in that game.
We need a Minecraft 2. I mean that almost in a non-ironic sense, in that I need something with the same magic, but with more to do. Like, you ever seen like the Minecraft mod packs?
Yeah.
There's so much more potential in those, and like they're really hard to run and can never really get off the ground because they're too unstable and they aren't perfectly designed. But something in that realm where it's just the potential grows a ridiculous amount. And if it wasn't cube based, but I have no idea what you'd do to get a level of that complexity without it honestly being cube based, because that's the thing. That level of base simplicity is what allows for the great level of complexity on like the computing power that we have available to us.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would say there's a great example of this, and it's called programming. It's got lots of different things you can do in it. It's always expanding. There's new updates on the reg.
They do updates. New JavaScript feature update.
Yeah, I said programming, but
oh, oops. Is JavaScript not a programming language that's respected enough?
It was a joke. I mean, JavaScript's pretty respected. It's just not.
It's just not Python.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm not a programmer. This is my slime farm, another project that I didn't end up completing. What I wanted was to have this texture of glass, which looking at it is pretty flippin' ugly. And then I was going to have like enormous, I think it was just sugarcane farms, but I probably would have modified it to be a variety of different plants behind it. So then all the items would fall down. That's why this is inset by one. And then the items would fall here and get collected in the same spot as the slimes and their items. So this is going to be a ridiculous farm of slimes and other things, and that's why there's all this extra space cleared out. But I built this glass wall, and I was like, wow, that sucked, and didn't want to do that ever again. And that's why this collection system is just a buried chest down here, because I got the few amount of slime balls I needed and built way too big of a farm than I would ever need. Like, how many slime balls could you possibly need in a single world? Like, you don't really need that many. I don't even think you need enough that a farm ever becomes like purposeful. But
Yeah,
whatever.
I think I realized part of the reason why I never got into Minecraft like you did, which is that like I was into games like Animal Crossing a lot.
What's the premise of that? I know of it, but I never have seen gameplay.
It's you literally live a normal ass life.
We need to get a minecart.
It's like Minecraft, but like even more normal life. Like you move into a town and you are in debt immediately because you need to buy a house.
And you're in debt. I love this video game.
Yeah, you move to a house, you're in debt, and you have to like catch fish and make farms and do all this different stuff to make money, and so you can pay off your debt and buy a bigger house. Just like
What does the game look like? Is it like a
3D sort of?
you like look down?
It's 3D,
or-
but you walk in 2D. That makes sense.
So why were you in this game?
Point being, the game had a lot of stuff that was cool. You could only do, like, it had, like, for instance, depending on which region you were playing, if you were in Japan, it had, like, White Day, you know, which is, like, March 31st, whatever. And you could experience, like, Japanese festivals and Japanese stuff. If you were playing the American version, they had Thanksgiving and, like, American stuff. And it was really cool how you could experience all these different things like that. But a lot of the game, because it was like that, was sort of behind a wall of like what day it was, because it checked your DS or your Wii for what day it was. And so I would just cheat, and I would just change the date. So I would go through like an entire year in time of a weekend.
And that would help you how?
Because you get all the special like items, all the contests, all of the festivals. You get to do everything in the game, because a lot of the game's material is locked behind. Oh, you can only do this on summer. Oh, you can only do this on Thanksgiving. Oh, you can only do this on so on and so forth. Once I did that, though, the game lost all value forever, and I've never been able to play a new Animal Crossing ever. And I feel like Minecraft had the same problem for me, which is that it seemed arbitrary as hell to spend my time building stuff when, like, I could just play creative mode and do that.
Yeah, looking back, this is Gold Farm number 1, this one right here. Incredibly inefficient. This is Gold Farm number 2. I think the most efficient farm I ever built in the entire game, and I don't believe it works anymore. Or at least it works partly, but the XP collection half of it, which was maybe the most efficient or coolest half, no longer works. I don't know if I'm gonna get fucked if I do this. No, we're chilling. Okay. But I don't think this is gonna work anymore because it uses a glitch that's no longer in the game. But anyway, what were we talking about?
Yeah, so I was just saying that because of all of that, I think that's why coding is so interesting to me. Because in coding, there's no way to cheat, per se.
Cheating, yes.
And for instance, like if you hack somebody, yeah, you're cheating, but it's not arbitrary in the same sense, because it gets you money in like the real world.
It's based in reality. Whereas, in Minecraft, that's something that I look back and kind of cringe at in a way, at how seriously I often took the game. Like if we were playing, if I was playing in a survival, so vanilla server with my friends, I often wanted to be the person that was the admin or owned the server or whatever, because a priority of mine was that the game was played totally vanilla, completely fair, whatever. I knew I wasn't going to cheat because I highly valued integrity. Like I highly valued the integrity of the game. Yeah, whatever. But and I was concerned that other people might not, And
yeah, same thing with like competitive games. There's something.
Let's see if this still works. This is freaking ridiculous. Like if this still works, but let's see if we can.
There's a more real sense of, I guess, value to me of playing a game where me getting better at it allows me to beat my friends. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just very like simple-minded in the sense that I'm very like, I don't know, simple-minded. But yeah.
The way this is supposed to work, this was, I think, demonstrated. I copied mostly Ethos Lab, in that if you do it right, the pigmen, as they spawn, get into a loop of anger, as the previous ones. Yeah, you see it's happening right now. New ones spawn, and then they see the old ones that are angry, and then they try to come towards me, and then they fall down and kill themselves. But because they were angry at me, they generate XP at the same time, which makes this ridiculously cool. Capable of getting super high levels, like level 90 plus in a few minutes, which is normally impossible, basically, in this game for reasonable purposes. But I have no idea how to get out of this situation now, because there's no real way to get them not mad at me anymore.
Well, there's so many pigmen, it's like slowing down your game.
Yeah, this is not good. Oh, jeez. I wonder what the recording looks like, dude. I should probably just get out of here. I don't even need this XP.
I would definitely say that if there was a Minecraft 2, it would have to be different. And that sounds very, like, obvious. But I feel like people don't realize how hard it is to make a Minecraft type of game that's different. Because some people have made Minecraft games that are, maybe even for all I know, better than Minecraft. But, like, they're just the same thing, so no one cares. And I think the best way to do it would be, like, something from the ground up to be like Minecraft, but not quite Minecraft in VR. Because, yeah, I played Minecraft in VR. I didn't really like it that much. But I feel like something that's in the same vein. Because I think Minecraft really unleashes kids to, like, think in a much more creative way than a lot of games do.
I'm often hesitant to... I was never the type of person that was like, but Minecraft's, like, used in an education setting, and, like, it helps kids learn. It should be used in schools to teach lessons. Like, there's an education edition of Minecraft with a few additional features in it. Or, like, in that version of Minecraft 2, there's, like, special permissions you can add to the game, where it's basically, if I recall correctly, it's, like, designed for, like, a classroom server. So they, like...
Yeah, I watched an entire playthrough of... Not playthrough. I watched, like, a series, I guess, where this professor, not professor, I guess he's just a teacher, posted, like, his kids playing on their server and, like, him giving lessons. I've seen what it's like. What I'm saying is that, like, I'm a big believer that games in general can teach kids. Not that that's kids. I think media can teach people. I don't think that's only a books thing. The fact that I'm a big fan of books.
I'm a big fan of books.
No, like books are really something that I didn't give enough credit when I was younger. Probably because people always tell me, you should read books. Books will make you good and smart, and you must read books. But,
all right, we gotta find gravel around here somewhere to get back home. Or, you know what? Never mind. I got a better idea. We're gonna take the minecart rail across the Great Lands, and it's gonna be really a nice time. I don't know what the recording's looking like, considering I'm lagging a little bit right now. That's concerning. Oh man, dude. Playing Minecraft on a real PC, definitely the move versus the old laptop. What were we talking about?
Education of Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm pretty hesitant most of the time to take that whole education angle with Minecraft. I don't know about that.
No, I don't mean like, oh, we should use it for education. What I mean is like, kids played it in a sense because it was, like, it allowed them to be creative. Because I don't know how you felt about elementary school. Me personally, I was like, I am not this stupid. Stop trying to get me to divide stuff. I'm tired of this. And so, I feel like if Minecraft had come out a bit earlier for me, if you're like naturally, artistically, or maybe even logically inclined, like it's a redstone, I feel like it could unleash you. And I feel like a lot of people did do, let's say, I made the Meiji Temple in fucking Minecraft. I feel like a lot of those kids who did that because they didn't feel creatively challenged in class.
I didn't hate elementary school, I don't think, because it was like, I'm not this dumb. I just didn't like it because it was really boring. But I wonder if there's because I do the whole Lego thing.
Yeah.
Like Lego is something that is oftentimes only part of people's lives from age 5 to 12.
It was part of my life from age 4 to 6.
Yeah, in my experience, yeah, pretty much. And then there's just, but it's something that everybody still knows about, and it's one of those things. It's like, it's not like Playmobil or something. It's something that people like when you're older. People are like, oh, Lego, that's cool. I like Legos, and they want to do it as like a little fun thing, maybe here and there. If it comes up in a conversation, they're like, that could be fun. But it's not something that adults and teenagers continue to do. But it's something that I continue to do, along with Minecraft. Was like one of the only video games that ever engaged me, along with like random other, like some other video games that have engaged me include PUBG and Rocket League, but I don't really see a correlation between those three. I think those two maybe more were just down to like circumstances, or like my friends had them or something.
Yeah, but like from what I understand, those games didn't you didn't fall in love with those games in the same way.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true, because those were like 200-hour games. This Minecraft is thousands and thousands.
That's what I'm saying. So I think my theory is that people don't spend thousands and thousands of hours and fall in love with something if it's not in some way challenging them or like enabling them.
I don't want to say Minecraft's challenging me. That would maybe
no. But like, for instance, making that iron farm clearly challenged you at some point, right?
I was following the tutorial.
Yeah, but it still was challenging for you because you spent 48 hours and then when it didn't work and you like hated your life.
I guess so.
Like, I don't know. I don't think, for instance, there are very many people on this earth who love Angry Birds. I feel like depth is something that games need to have that love to them.
Why do people play thousands of hours of things like Angry Birds?
Thing is, I know they must exist, but I have no idea who they are. I've never met them in my life. And there are so many downloads on Angry Birds.
This is what I'm talking about, right?
There are so many downloads on Angry Birds that I have no idea. Like, at that point, you have so many people that it has to have happened at least once. Like, in China...
Yeah, well, it happens all the time. Like, the moms that just have ungodly hours on what's the game where you, like, slide the tiles around? Or Candy Crush.
Dude, my what was I say? There's a funny story about this. I don't remember, but yeah, my mom has a crazy hours on Galaga. It's kind of like that, I guess. But then again, Galaga, my mom's always trying to get a higher score, so I guess that did challenge her in a sense.
Do you think she liked Galaga?
She loves Galaga. Like, loves Galaga. Like, my mom is super cynical about everything in life, but there's a few things she's not cynical about, which is German Christmas songs, Galaga, KFC on the beach, and that's really about it.
Galaga gives her joy in life.
Yeah, I mean, I think anything with a high score can get you addicted in that sense. But
Minecraft doesn't have a score.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that's why games like Angry Bird and Candy Crush can addict you.
Gotta figure out the formula. I mean, actually, I want to take that back immediately. I think the point is that something that contains like a magic / a I'm trying to think of the word. It's a pretty common word. Just like a charming ability, a charming presence, is not something that can necessarily be synthesized with complete knowledge of doing so. You might feel the magic along the way of the production.
I completely agree with this, because one day, like, I played a lot of competitive games as a kid, and my dad used to always say to me, "Oh, Yaro, the guys who make these games must be geniuses," because I was explaining to him like some crazy maneuver I did in a game, or how I won this tournament, or so on and so forth, right? And he's like, "Yaro, if you did all that in this game. The people who made the game must be geniuses to have put that all in there. And I'm like, actually, they didn't put that all in there.
They just set up the potential for it to happen.
And my dad couldn't get his head around that. And it's like, you can't actually force a great competitive game too much, because a lot of it has to be you put in some parameters and players just find stuff, and what they find is not really up to you. It's kind of beautiful in a way.
Yeah. Like, I think you can feel when you're creating something, this applies to many, many things, you can feel when magic is happening. You know, you're like, this is something different. But you can't cause that to happen.
Wasn't there a famous Scottish writer or poet, get his name?
I'm not going to be able to answer this. Was there a poet that wrote a poem about this? Bro, you think I know about that?
What was his name? Oscar Wilde. Yeah, Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde had this thing about how we're all artists. And when you engage with art, you're also simultaneously being an artist, because you're bringing to the art your own experiences. And that's, like, art is not simply what physically is the art. It's a mixture of that and your experience of it, and your experience of it is based on your life as a whole. So art is really the place in between the piece and the viewer. That was his point. And I feel like that's very true when it comes to games.
Could you repeat the beginning of that?
He thinks that we're all artists, because when you consume art, you're also in your own way making art, because the experience of art is a fusion between the art itself and your own life experiences that leads to you having the experience of that art.
You think? Well, yeah, because we almost got into this exact conversation, but we just didn't. Just turned into a joke earlier this evening. We were down at this like little restaurant in our dorm, and there was like a painting, except it was a print of what Yarrow thought was a famous painting. I had never seen it. I don't really care. And I said, there's no difference between good and bad art. And my point behind that was, like, you know, it only matters like what we think of it is all that makes it valuable or worthless. And that's exactly what it is that the art in that, you know, like what you were saying, the artistic capacity created around viewing something, and like everything that is led up that makes that actually valuable is also a piece of art, you know?
Yeah. Sort of like the whole thing about, in physics we often talk about how like you can have sound is just as vibration, it's that type of wave, but you can't have music as a physical phenomena without understanding consciousness, because music is not simply sound waves. Music is the experience of sound waves, you know? So
I'm walking. The reason I have to walk this is because I took a break from this world. Actually, let me explain a little bit. So there's the main end island that was added a long time ago, and then they added other end islands, like a whole ton of them, with extra stuff on them, like 1,000 blocks out. There's like nothing below here. If you fall, you die. And they added this way out here. And what was supposed to happen is that you would go back to the end in the new update, and I think the dragon was supposed to have respawned or something. I don't remember what you had to do, but I did it, and it was supposed to make this new portal spawn, and then you would throw an ender pearl through that portal, and it would take you out to these old islands. And I skipped the update where that happened. I didn't play the game during that period of time, and I guess that feature became broken a few updates down the line, but the amount of people that were in the same position as me was not enough for Mojang to fix it. So I permanently don't have that portal spawned in this old world. So I just had to make a really long bridge to get here that I was actually going to make look all nice and stuff, but I think that's
probably put like a railway down there.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not really a big reason to come out here. I mean, maybe there's now, because the big thing to get was like they introduced wings into the game so that you could fly, you could like glide around, and you had to get them way out here. And I died and lost them, I assume, because I started this episode having being dead and I don't have them with me. So I think that I gotta go out here and find them somewhere.
This kind of really reminds me of Zen from Half-Life 1.
I haven't played Half-Life. What?
It's like,
oh,
it's like Zen's
yeah,
like
this is one of the places. Alright. There's like, either we have to walk back or find another portal. I shouldn't have come out here. This was stupid. If I recall correctly, there was one relatively close. This was a cool introduction to the game, but there's just not like a lot happening because it's just like enormous chunks of this same block.
Actually, when did this come out? When did the end come out?
Probably like 2011.
Yeah, you know what game I really like? This is reminding me of. Don't Starve.
I remember some imagery of that game. The tan and the purple.
Pardon me?
The tan and the purple color scheme.
No. The idea of like going to different worlds, because that was a big part of. Because Don't Starve was kind of like Minecraft. If Minecraft had a lot more of an art direction and a lot more of a purpose. Because
damn.
No, because Don't Starve, like, yeah, you could build stuff in that game, but that really wasn't the point. The point of Don't Starve was to beat the game, and it was very easy to lose the game. It was sort of like a Minecraft for people who weren't that creative. So, yeah, I don't know. You won the game by going to this pig world and killing them, and they added some stuff later on. I don't remember. I only played the game in the beginning.
Is this Okja?
No, it was actually very society in a different way. That game has some great music, by the way. You should listen to that.
I'll have to jam to that, dude.
Yeah, if you want to you want to try to get into jazz, it'll be your gateway drug.
How long is the game?
Depends on how good you are, I guess.
Say I suck. Do you think I would find that enjoyable?
I think you might, for sure. I mean, the thing is, if you suck, you can literally just play the game for 3 years and never win. Because it's very easy to die, and then you start from the beginning every time.
Oh, it's like you get one life.
Yeah, you get one life. There's no coming back and pick up your items.
Damn. I should play Minecraft Hardcore. That's where you have one life and it deletes the world if you die.
Yeah, but I would say this is much harder than Minecraft because it's not nearly as, like, safe. Like, first of all, it's very, very, very easy to starve and don't starve.
Oh yeah, well you can totally wuss out in Minecraft too. Like there's pretty good techniques for if you get in a bad situation to just you close yourself in blocks. I don't know, just do something.
But I feel like it's not really a fair comparison because Don't Starve is a survival game. Minecraft is not.
Minecraft likes to call itself a survival game, but dude, you could just sit and exist and you won't die. I mean, maybe, but not really. But I won't harp on Minecraft for that because that makes the gateway to entry not that high in terms of age.
When I first played Minecraft, I was like, you know what? Peaceful mode.
Yeah, well, that's it's got good level of difficulty for young ages.
It wasn't even that. It was just more like, I don't want to fight in this game. But I guess it comes back to that thing about arbitrariness, right? I felt like, why would I let my diamonds go to waste because some creeper blew it up when I could just not have that happen? This made me feel like a really bad person.
I mean, I honestly just like to play by the rules in this game. Well, I just wanted to play by what
I completely
the
agree
game
with you.
had set
That's completely
up.
Right, and that's the best way to enjoy the game. But I just could never. I was always very bad at putting fake restrictions on myself. And I'm still like that to this day. That might be why you're more of an artsy person than me.
I think most people struggle with that. That's something that most people in general struggle with is keeping themselves to their own goals and deadlines and stuff?
No. I'm very good at doing that because it's not arbitrating my own goals and deadlines.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Anyway,
I've always been very bad at, like, for instance, hey guys, so today in English class, let's write an essay on what you feel inside. Okay, actually, no, great example of this. So these two guys came up, they weren't guys, but these two people came up to us today and were like, hey guys, easy interview. Can you, like, just one question. What is love? And I was like, Doug, what do you mean, what is love?
That's the hardest question you could have asked.
That's like up there with, why are we here? How did we get here? Like, anyway.
Yeah, I was like, dude, there's no good answer to this question. Every answer I give, I'm gonna dislike for giving that answer.
I had like a 2-hour-long discussion about this in a bus ride from Mount Fuji to Karuizawa last year, actually. I just now remember that. That was
about
so
what
stupid.
Is love?
Yeah. We're talking about, like, open relationships and if people really love people or if they're just sort of afraid. Because I was talking with a couple of my friends and I was like, I know this is very uncomfortable to talk about, but what makes us so sure that, like, our parents, for instance, really love each other? In the sense that, yeah, they might love each other, but, like, I don't know. If my parents were never married, so it's not an example, but I don't think very many couples would be completely, I guess, faithful if they had the chance to do whatever they wanted with no consequences, right? And I was saying, what do you define as love per se? Because people were asking about, like, oh, yeah, what is true love? And I'm like, well, what is fake love? What is true? It's just not. I don't know. I feel like it's completely nebulous, and it's always gonna mean different people. But yeah, you know. And then you get conversations of biology versus, I don't know, whatever, some mystical shit.
I don't think that just because I'll tend to boil most things down to being not as mystical as I would like them to be, or as they are in, you know, normal kind of vocabulary.
Human mythology or whatever.
But I don't think that reduces their value.
I mean, love clearly matters. There's not a single person on earth who doesn't. Oh, I don't know that, but the vast majority of people find love to be maybe the most important thing in life. Like, I would say most people, even if they want success or they want this or this or that, I think a lot of it is at least tangentially related to love. Even if it's not anymore, it probably came from that at some point. I mean, maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, but love is very important to people, obviously. But I don't think it's something that we can... I think that if you try to dissect love, you're going to end up not enjoying what you find.
Wait, what? What was the last part?
If you try to dissect love, I don't think you're going to like what you see. Like, I don't think love is nearly as romantic as we want it to be. If we're being honest.
I gotta build a mob farm here. This is really good spawn rates. I gotta do so many things. I don't know. I think I want to make this a big library because, you know, I got all these enchanted books.
Knowledge.
I got all these level 30 enchanted books.
The more you learn, the more you earn.
These are all from that pigman farm I was talking about. But I want to make a big library here. Maybe also make it like my bedroom, because I need a bedroom past that. But
yeah, speaking of that trip from Fuji to Karuizawa, do you like long trips like that on the road?
Sure. I mean, I don't honestly. It totally depends who you're with.
Well,
if I'm going by myself, 2 hours is not that long of a trip. Like when I drive home with traffic, it could be 2.5 without 45 minutes, and 2.5. It doesn't really bother me that much. I've driven, yeah, but sure. Totally depends who you're with.
No, for me, I actually quite enjoy it by myself. Not by myself in the sense that I'm driving by myself, but if I'm being driven by like a bus driver, I quite enjoy putting on an audiobook and just looking at the scenes around me, and just thinking about like the places and the people I see. Because I remember that trip in particular was amazing. Because whenever I saw mountains, I was like, okay, this is not that epic. I don't know why everyone loves these so much.
This is not that epic.
But when I saw Mount Fuji for the first time, I was really amazed.
I think I would like to agree with you in terms of what you're talking. Like, it's just a nice vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in practice, I don't think I would. I like, it's like that sounds cool in concept to me, but then in reality, it's not actually that cool.
It's funny because I've always had the opposite experience where I'm always like, no, I don't want to go. And then I'm there and I'm like, this is epic. Part of it is that I'm addicted to like audio content. So if I just download videos on YouTube and listen to audiobooks, I can be detained for a long time. That's why I never had problems with flights from like Tokyo to New York or Tokyo to Atlanta. It was like, this is no problem.
Shoot. Gotta figure out how to get to the top. I always forget which button goes to the top, which one goes to the second floor. I gotta find spruce trees, or do we have any other good topics? I'm fine with making this as long as we want, but we're at 45 minutes. I don't care if I upload a 2-hour YouTube video, but if we don't have any more topics,
well, I mean, I could talk more.
We could do an episode 2.
Yeah, let's do episode 2.
All right, well, let's do an episode 2 at some other point later, and maybe we'll build something then.